12 minutes to get to 12 retweets. We're getting better. I'm trying to see if we get to if we're able to get to 12 retweets before 10 minutes. Look at Hannabella. Ready to start when you are. Guess what, Hannabella? You're going to wait for me. Because I start when I want to start. How's everybody? We good? I realize that the retweets might be a pain in the ass, but the retweets are important. The retweets is what gets the party going. Welcome, dear friends. Happy weekend to you. Happy Friday. We are doing Old Man Listens to Arcade Fire, The Suburbs. Okay, Hannabella meant the song. No worries. I'm feeling all calm now, Hannah, so we're good. I Am Called Greg saw Arcade Fire in the suburbs of Montreal performing a secret show when this came out. I guess that makes you a Montrealer? You're talking... Wait a second. No, that was Neon Bible that they did at Peel Pub. They did 2 secret shows. They like... Arcade Fire likes doing secret shows. I think it was the last album. What they did is they... did 2 secret shows at a popular pub over here. I don't even think it was called Peel Pub anymore, but this place where there used to be a pub that all the university students used to hang out at, cheap beer and stuff, called the Peel Pub. And they did 2 shows there, like super secret that everybody knew, and everybody had to dress up. There was a dress code for it. And then they went out and said, I think for the tour, they made some comment about, like, you know, mandatory dress code, which pissed off a bunch of people because they took it too seriously. And I like the idea of dressing up in costume, but I know I'm not the guy who's going to dress up in costume. You know? But I do like the idea. So, Arcade Fire, eh? We're back here. It took my wife to tell me that they won a Grammy. Is that true? What album did they win a Grammy for? Like, honestly, I don't know. This is the second record that we do. The first one that we did at our producer Blumkin's insistence is a Funeral, and I liked it. It was all right. And then this one, he pushed it big. Arcade Fire, The Suburbs. I don't know what the deal is. Okay, so I won a Grammy for the album of the year, so I'm listening to something that is a big deal, and it's just I don't know. What makes it a little stranger than that is that I'm from Montreal, born and raised. I live in Montreal. I live in the suburbs of Montreal, for that matter. And I played hockey with the tall guy once. I remember playing once, and I remember seeing him, type of thing. But who's the tall guy? Who's the tall guy in Arcade Fire? Yeah, that guy. I played hockey with him. So, they've always been around, but it's always been part of the hipster scene. And for me, basically, as soon as the hipsters like it, then I pay attention less. It's kind of like my first filter. If the hipsters like it, then I gotta stay the fuck away. That doesn't mean it's no good. But it just means that that's not a filter for me. The fact that a record wins a Grammy doesn't mean a thing to me. Nothing. It means nothing to me. I don't pay attention. I haven't watched the Grammys, and I don't know who wins what. You know? But I know it's a big deal and all this, so we're going to see. What's the deal behind this? It was a record that was written about somebody's experience living in the suburbs in Texas or something like that. Is that, I think, what Blumkin told me? Am I getting it right? I'm not sure. Like I said, when it comes to this kind of stuff, you kind of have to fill me in on the blanks. We've already got over 100 people here. Welcome to all of you. I guess you guys are looking forward to it, right? See, look, the opposite is true, too. Before we get to the album, the opposite is true, too. Just because an album achieves commercial success, it doesn't make it shit. Okay? So I'm the first person to say that one of the reasons that I haven't paid attention to Arcade Fire is because it's like, okay, well, you know, all the little kids like it. And so what? The music. There has to be something about the music that hooks me. And there was nothing there that, all I saw is all the fucking little kids there with their toques and their fucking wolf shirts. Everybody wears shirts with the wolves on them. A wolf. Wearing a wolf shirt tells everybody that you're really underground and indie and edgy. Wearing a wolf shirt is very fucking important. So, yeah, the fact that the cool kids listen to it is not an endorsement of anything. Just as much as any endorsement by any critic or any rag. I don't do that shit. I don't. I want the music to hook me. And like I said, though, I mean, this is the part of the show where I absolutely cop to my preconceptions. And the reasons I kept away from Arcade Fire is because the people that listened to it aren't my kind of people. The people that listened to it, to me, the costumes and all the rest of this is just... I listen to music. Fucking music. That's what I listen to. I don't care about the costumes. I don't care about any of that. I appreciate when it's more. So I appreciate that St. Vincent does all the things that she does. I appreciate the fact that Beyonce puts on all these shows. I appreciate all of that. But the fact is that for me, for who I am, the record, the music, that's what I go for. I like all the rest of the stuff, but it's the music. And, when I get news about a band and they're talking about costumes more than music, I'm not interested. It's like, all right, well, keep talking about costumes. Okay? Is that a fair preconception? I don't know if it's fair or not, but I'm here and I'm copying to it. On the other hand, it is a filter. And we all have filters. We all have filters. What makes it in and what doesn't? Especially vinyl people. I buy my records. I fucking buy my records. I don't stream nothing. So, what makes it so that somebody plunks down the money to go buy a record and play it? So, when you buy just a few records and you're part of that scene, then owning that record is part of the scene. It's part of the costume. But I don't buy music as costume. You follow what I'm saying? I buy music for music. Shirani, if the discourse exhausts you, my suggestion to you is there are many streaming options, such as Spotify, where you can go out and listen to the music as quickly as you want. The entire point of this show, Shermani, is precisely the discourse and the community aspect. So this is the part of the show where we talk about it a little bit, we build it up, and then we play the music and we hang out together. It sounds to me like you don't get it and you don't appreciate exactly what this show is about. So my suggestion to you is this isn't for you. You might want to fuck off to Spotify. I mean, unless I'm getting it wrong, which happens often. When I see a bunch of people get excited over that kind of thing, and maybe it's the press, whatever. Grammys is nothing to me. Grammys is a bunch of fucking rich people celebrating their success because they know that people that buy records are fucking sheep. So you put a Grammy win, people are going to go out and buy it because it's a Grammy. They don't know a fucking thing about the music. It doesn't matter. It's a Grammy. And they know that. So basically it's a business move to win a Grammy. It is. And there's politics involved on who wins and who doesn't. So fuck all that bullshit. It's like, that's not what I am. That's not who I am. Okay? So, winning however many Grammys they want doesn't matter to me. Costumes don't matter to me. That'll actually send me the other direction very often. When people talk about the music, then it's a different thing. And then you see the difference. There's a difference. You got the fanboys, and then you got people who talk about the music. And people who make a reputation based on the music. So, that's usually what it is that I look for. Will I get that here? I don't know. Listen, I've listened to Funeral. We did Funeral. I think it got taken down because Merge Records takes our streams down, I think. So you should know that It's entirely possible after this stream is done, Merge Records or whoever owns the copyrights, whoever owns the rights to the songs is going to take the stream down for copyright infringement. Which is kind of too bad. Because we got, 125 people in the room right now? These are all people that are potential customers. I mean, if they like the record and they buy it, and we took a buy link, we put a link right in the comments. You can sell a couple of records. I'm not making any money at this. They would be making the money at it. That's the point. What we're doing is we're trying to build this avenue so that artists can get paid directly. It's what we do. Merge Records is up to now one of the labels that hasn't really seen the value of this, but the fact is that a bunch of you wanted this record, so I'm going to do it for you guys because you wanted it. You know? I hope that Merge Records keeps it up. If anybody from Merge is watching right now, or if anybody from Arcade Fire is watching, hey man, keep it up. Don't take it down. If the stream gets 10,000 views, and all of those people, the ad revenue goes to you, right? Whatever it is. I mean, musicians are complaining all the time about how little they earn on streams. So that means that every penny they'll take, right? Okay, well, here I am. I'm literally giving them free pennies. And much of the industry is starting to pay attention, and almost all of our streams get put through. I think the industry knows what we do, and I think everyone knows why it is that I do this. I do this because I love music. I'm not trying to steal music. I'm trying to sell music. I'm trying to promote music. I'm trying to promote the greatest part of humanity. The human race, as far as I'm concerned, is garbage. One of the most beautiful parts of humanity is our ability to create art and experience art. So, to me, it's just a question of putting humanity's most beautiful trait forward and promoting that. And if I could spend my life doing that, then that's good. I mean, that's what John Peel did, right? So, this is new radio, man. BBC doesn't pay my salary. You guys pay my salary. This is what we do. So, the studio is right here in the record cave. I'm surrounded by 7,000 records that the BBC didn't buy for me or no radio station bought for me. Nobody. I bought them. I've done this my whole fucking life. So, that's the only thing that it is that I have to offer. I'm not a critic. I don't want to be a critic. I'm not going to criticize this music. I'm not going to do something as fucking arrogant and stupid as give it a grade point. Grading art kind of really annoys me, so that's not something I do. Rather, this is an invitation for all of you to listen in community, the way we're doing right now, and enjoy a moment. Because the moment that you listen to music for the first time, if it's going to have an impact, the time and the place and the circumstances surrounding that music matters. So that's where Arcade Fire does have it right, and where the costumes can matter. Because those people who dress up in costumes and go to a concert, they're going to have a good time probably if they like those types of things. Me, I avoid fucking Halloween things, and anything costume, I avoid that shit like the plague. I got to be able to go everywhere in my pajamas. That's what I like. I like going somewhere where I could go to my pajamas. So, am I going to like this? I hope so. I mean, that's why we bought the record, and that's why we're producing the show. I'm curious. Very curious. If I get to do away with the Arcade Fire alt pitchfork stereotype, that's always welcome. And that's happened on a few occasions, right? Get beyond the stereotype. I call it the alt pitchfork stereotype. I mean, at this point, I guess if Arcade Fire won a Grammy, that's even bigger, right? But my point is to be able to get beyond that, and I'm really happy when I'm wrong, when my preconceptions are wrong. I love it. I mean, on Wednesday, we did Lana Del Rey, Ultraviolence. My preconception of that is that I was going to get edgy soccer mom music, and that's not what I got. I wound up really liking it. So, we got 4 sides of music and an entire afternoon to do it. Hope none of you are in a hurry. Make yourself a coffee. Smoke a joint. Hang out. Let's have some fun. I mean, that's the entire point, right? That's what separates this from going out and listening to it on Spotify whenever you want, or going out and listening to the record by yourself. There's an experience here. There's a bunch of us here. And at the moment, we're 130 people between YouTube and Spotify and and Twitch. Let people fucking know. The bigger the party, the more all of us are having fun. That's the point. We sent out a tweet. This is something that I do all the time. I always send out a tweet. Old Man listens to Arcade Fire, the Suburbs. And with that tweet, we tagged the band, we tagged the label, Merge Records, and Blumkin, who's a big fan of Arcade Fire. Blumkin's the dude who does all the artwork. So if you guys like the thumbnails, that's our man, fucking Michael Osterhout. The dude's amazing, and I'm happy to work with him. Okay. He knows all of this stuff, and he's crazy good at researching this stuff when he cares about stuff, you know? He does it right, basically. So what he did is he went out and dug out all of the Twitter's handles of the individual members of not only Arcade Fire, the ones he could find. Not only did he do with Arcade Fire, but what he also did is he went out and looked for the people who work with Merge Records and tagged them as well as the label. So we got a bunch of tags. Okay? And that's the point of the retweet. That's why we retweet all the time. Because we want them to know that we're doing this. We want them to know, hey, we're not trying to steal. We're trying literally to create another avenue of income for you. We would rather work with your material. This is radio. This is new radio. So, why not give us a link so that we can tell people, hey, if you like what you listen to, go buy the record. Go buy it direct. You know? People like being sold music. People like being sold art. It's not like trying to sell somebody a life insurance policy. People want to buy art. People want to buy new music. That's why album sales and shirt sales, merch sales do so great after the show. People have this experience. They fucking love it. They want to keep it. They want a souvenir. So they buy the t-shirt, they buy the album. How do I know? Because I've been doing it my whole life. So, the entire idea over here is to create an experience. And as far as I'm concerned, I'm being 100% forthright about the fact that I've never heard this record. I'm always 100% forthright about my preconceptions. And I don't let my personal opinion get in the way. I listen to the music and I realize that my opinion is just an opinion. For me, all art has value. Bad art has value. All art has value. You got to be shitty before you get good. That's the first thing. And number two, art changes. Art represents a certain moment in time, a particular time and place for the artist at that time. And that's who they are, and that is their offering. For me to say, oh, that's not a good offering, it's, what the hell is that? It's not who I am. It's not who I am. I have music is such an important and integral part of my life. Art is so important to me that I have a respect for the process. I have a respect for the whole thing that transcends the individual artist. You don't grade that. It's not mathematical. It's not a quantitative thing. It's a qualitative thing. So, that's always what it is that I go for, you know? Hopefully this time around they won't block the video. I mean, we did do Old Man Listens to Arcade Fire Funeral. We did do that video. You're not going to find it because it got blocked. I mean, what's the other album that we did that's on Merge Records? Blumpy? We did another one that was really good. It was people were watching. Was it Caribou? Is it Caribou? Yeah, Caribou got blocked in a bunch, which is too bad. Because you would think Neutral Milk Hotel got blocked. You know? You would think a band like Caribou, listen, these people can use more sales. I mean, okay, you know? So, I think it'll take a while for the industry to catch up to what it is that we're trying to do. And we're laying down the groundwork. Basically, what it is that I want to do is make sure that the artists get paid because I love what they do. And I don't care if I like the artist personally or not. Just all artists to me matter. All music matters. All of it. Bad music matters. You better be fucking happy that it exists. And if you're the type of person who says bad music, good music, listen. It's all relative to who you are. Very often, whether you think a piece of music is bad or good, it depends on the time and place. You know what I'm saying? So the time and the place when you listen to this piece of art affects how you listen to it. So this idea of bad, I don't know. But what it is that I'm going to do is create the experience the way I want to recreate the experience. I want my first time to be good, and that's why I do these shows. I'm cognizant of the fact that there's a lot of people out there that don't know this record either, that have never listened to Arcade Fire. I can't be alone, or am I? I mean, how many other people, honest, how many other people don't know this record? People freak out. Oh, well, it's won this many Grammys. Okay, well, what the hell does that mean? Because it won Grammys, that means I should know it? That I got that from the Radiohead people a lot. What do you mean you don't know OK Computer? I was busy listening to other music. I like other music. So, what it is that we're seeing here is a lot of people, and I know some of these people. Gabby, massive fan of music. She doesn't know that. She doesn't know this album. She doesn't know Arcade Fire. So to me, that says something. The fact that we're doing it together like this is fucking cool, man. I've ingested a string. I've ingested a little bit of mushrooms. I popped a stem. I got a nice 75-gram edible coursing through me. And I planned everything just so that by the time it hits 1:30, I'm at about peak level. So I get to enjoy this exactly where it is that I want. You understand? So I'm interested in doing a show for all of you, but ultimately, my relationship with music, I gotta love the music. I gotta have some kind of curiosity, and I'm curious. Let's see what this deal is. I'm expecting that I'm not going to be nearly as enthusiastic, I guess, as a lot of the people here. You think I'll like it? Okay, well, I mean, that's the hope, and I hope so, really. But there's a few bands where it's kind of like I caught it, and then it didn't become, okay, this is just something I did for the Old Man Show. It went beyond that, okay? Caribou, that happened pretty quickly. I have to admit, Caribou I really enjoyed quite a bit. Jeff Buckley was an immediate for me. Like, immediately I caught it. Neutral Milk Hotel, I caught it immediately. I knew why these albums were special and why people bought them. Taylor Swift, not at all. Didn't feel it. Felt it with Billie Eilish, you know? So, now we'll do Arcade Fire and see what it gives. We're now well over 160 people. We haven't dropped the needle yet. So, we're getting ready for all of it. I'm curious, where are you guys listening from? I always love knowing where you guys listen from. It makes me proud to know that we got people that listen sometimes from Africa, all over South America, Australia, New Zealand, Montreal. Greg, yeah, boy. All right, fucking Brooklyn. Mexico, always. Detroit. Detroit is one of my favorite digging cities. I fucking love Detroit. Just to say. All over the States, obviously. Glasgow, Scotland. Damn. All right. You like this kind of broadcasting? Do you like this idea? Do you think it's cool that we got all these people from all over the place listening? Argentina. Maradona! Diego! We're going to do this again. Maradona! If you like this kind of programming, support this kind of programming. Art matters. Somebody's got to support it. This is new radio. Nobody pays my salary. Patrons make this shit happen. If you like this kind of programming, consider becoming a patron. The link's right there. You can become a patron for as little as $2 or $5 a month. Patreon.com/VinylJunkies is where you can make that happen. And I don't worry about the ones who don't do it. I say hello to the ones that do it, and it makes me happy that I found you. Because you get it. So I'm not trying to sell the people who don't want it. You don't do things for people who don't. You do things for people who do, and I think that this happens to be important. I think that this is an important way for people to spread music. I think that it's important to foster and nurture a sense of community on the net, and for music to be a uniter. I believe in that. So, that's why I wake up every morning and I do Vinyl Junkies. And the reason I'm able to do that is because patrons believe that that's what I'm about. They believe that that's what this show is about. Tonight will mark 393 consecutive days of broadcast. I have been on the air for 393 consecutive days. Next Friday is show number 400. So, when COVID hit, this is what it is that I did because I had to do something. So here we are. We ain't out yet. We're still there. And now we got nearly 200 people. And we're going to drop the needle. Imagine that. You like the party? Let me ask you something, fans. Does Arcade Fire have a subreddit? I love you too, Gabby. You know that. And I'm with you. I get your messages. I'm with you. Thank you. Become a patron. Support it. I certainly put in the time. And this is new radio, whether you realize it or not. And I am carrying on the tradition of John Peel. Somebody has to. The algorithm won't do it for you. Spotify won't do it for you. So, radio matters. And a lot of radio right now, did you know that most of the radio, like 85%, I think, of all radio stations in North America are owned by 4 fucking corporations or 3 corporations? You think that you have choice, but you don't have choice. And all of those fucking things, you know what they do? It's all based on algorithms. It's all based on lists. They're feeding you the same shit. You're part of the machine. I don't want to be part of the machine. I love music too much to be part of the machine. I don't want to be plugged into an algorithm. Don't want it. So, I play the music, I buy the music, and I play, and that's it. And you guys support it. The patrons, we got 536 of them. That's going to go up. Hopefully today. If it does between sides, I'm going to check and I'll make sure that I say hello to you and greet you. And I'm your waiter for the evening. So, tip your fucking waiter if you like it. Thomas Harris says this is an algorithm. Yes, you're right. It's an algorithm. It's those tags that I put into this live video that allows people to know this is going on live. That's right. But that's me using the algorithm to my advantage so I can give you something that's off the algorithm. So the algorithm brings me a bunch of people that might that might be fans of Arcade Fire and are currently looking on YouTube for Arcade Fire. And the algorithm will bring me people who might be fans of Old Man. Or might just like reactions, so they go for reactions. So yes, you're absolutely right. The algorithm brought a lot of people here, but the programming is not based on the algorithm, is it? So, you're kind of splitting hairs and downplaying something because you're a dick. You understand? Did I properly address your comment? Algorithm? We got that sorted? Good. Oh, fuck, I gotta change the title too, eh? 43 minutes in, Blumpkin tells me I gotta change the title. Yeah, let me get that done for you. All right. So all of you here, let's say thanks to the algorithm, and we're gonna play some music and have a good time. Be a good time, all right? Don't be an asshole. I mean, you have a choice to be an asshole. You have a choice to be an asshole, but being an asshole is a choice. Why would you choose that? Bunch of people here hanging out. We're about to listen to music, have a good fucking time. It should also be said that it's so easy to block you. Like, so fucking easy. We got people ready to do it. So, don't be that guy. That guy isn't cool. That guy's a fucking dick. And if he's being a dick here, he's a dick in real life too. He's a dick in other situations too. Don't be a dick. Gabish. We like the fact that people that come here chill out. So, once again, there's the link. There's the link for Patreon. And there's the link to tip your waiter. I'm not going to throw you out, Thomas, for making your comment. I just thought that your comment is fucking stupid. And I thought that you were making an argument to make an argument. You're kind of battling windmills. So I thought I would address it. If I didn't know that the algorithm brings the crowd, then I wouldn't bother trying to learn my tags and do all of the stuff in the back that you need to do. But you see, the audience isn't the big part. The audience is the people that stay. That's the real audience. Those are the people. There are people here that are here because of Arcade Fire. You understand what I'm saying? Good. All right. We ready to go? Let's go. I gotta tell you, those who drop off because he's talking too much and he doesn't get to the point, I love those people that drop off. Because those people, if they just want to listen to the music, they have it. Spotify. Spotify cheapens music to the basest possible element, to the almost free element. You want to know who the slave master is? It's got a big fucking green dot as a logo. That's the slave master. Artists ain't being paid shit for your Spotify. So, create content around it, support it, buy it on vinyl. Go see the shows when it's time. Buy the merch. The artists, this is how they do it. And this is how we do it. So, Banjo, thank you for your tip. That's what keeps me going. It's the service industry. It's the arts. And support it. If what we do isn't good enough, support the arts anyway. Because without the arts, what the fuck is the point of life? Right? Arcade Fire. You notice how it is that it's not a fucking mental diatribe? I've taken the anger out of everything. I think it might be the mushrooms. The mushrooms are making me a calmer guy. Smoke 'em if you got 'em. Arcade Fire. What's this record called again? The Suburbs? 2010. Aight. Thanks so much for hanging out. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. That was pleasant. Rococo. I dig. I dig. Excuse me. The thing that's going through my head right now, I love when the coughing kicks in. That's when you know that you're getting the most out of your toke. I got the bubbles happening in the brain. It's a beautiful thing. What, it's a bad thing to be completely fucking high while listening to a song? Oh, Sam, you don't need drugs. You have to be high on life. Listen to me. If I've tried side A and I've tried side B, and side B is better than side A. A little bit of both. When I'm sleeping, I'm 100% sober. I've been pretty good about that. This is good. Look, I come here looking for the experience, which is why I'm willing to do stuff from bands that I don't know and that are, excuse me, outside of my purview. Arcade Fire is outside my purview. There's no question. And I wouldn't, I don't know. Somebody sent this. I wouldn't have bought this. The thing that kept going on through my head is, at one point, here in Montreal, we got the Jazz Festival. It's one of our biggest events. Okay, so we have like the Grand Prix and the Jazz Festival. Those two events, and there's the Comedy Fest. But anyway, the Jazz Festival brings in tons of people. And excuse me. The tradition of the Jazz Festival is always to have that one big blowout show that's free and that everybody shows up for. And there's always over 100,000 people just fucking... The streets are packed. And we've had some good people. I mean, we've had Stevie Wonder. But one year, I forgot what year it was, they had Arcade Fire do the big blowout show at the Montreal Jazz Festival. Now, I know you guys are thinking, well, it's not really, Arcade Fire aren't jazz. It doesn't matter. It's a festival. You understand? So they did the blowout show, and they're the ones who headlined it. And I don't know. I'm trying to think to myself, how would this go off in a huge crowd like that? Like, I think that I might be completely out of the loop here. Like, I think I'm completely out of the fucking loop when it comes to Arcade Fire. I can't explain it to you. I find these songs catchy. I like the record. I don't get it. I don't get the following. I don't get the mania. Not yet, I don't. Sounds like a good pop record. It's not something I would take off. At this point. But it's not something I'd put on. Does that make sense? If somebody requested Arcade Fire during the show, at this point... Listen, I'm super happy to play it because I like it. But if I had so much budget to buy my records, right? Because you see, that's the thing. You buy records. If you're buying the records, it's according to what your budget is. It's according to the space that you have. There's a whole bunch of things and how long you've been doing it. There's a whole lot of things that come into the picture when you're collecting records. And if there's only so much budget, I can absolutely see how Arcade Fire wouldn't make my budget. Because to me, there's a million bands making a million good pop records. I'm not sure I had... You know what? Actually, Drive-by trucker Sean Lurch says maybe that comes with the problem of raised expectations. Not for you, but from many people that are saying that Arcade Fire are amazing. When I heard Radiohead, I got it. When I heard OK Computer and stuff that came after, not all of them, but the connection there, I got it. Like, I understood. Because there's fandom and then there's fandom. You follow what I'm saying? And, like, I can understand the adulation that Radiohead fans, as crazy as they are. I'm hearing another pop band, a good pop band. So, but that's what we're here for, right? There's like, actually, that's a good question. Arcade Fire are great. Many of you are pointing towards their live shows, which I'm certain that all of you are looking forward to attending sooner rather than later. Okay. No, but you see, when I say it's a matter of taste, it's also the amount of time you spend with a record. It's the time, the place. There's so many other things that go into it. Okay? And you have to understand, again, my perspective as somebody who is new to this is that I'm the stranger. In a lot of ways, I'm the stranger here. Because all of you who do know Arcade Fire, and all of you who do have a history with this and have seen him live, you are far better versed than I am. I'm the newbie here. So I come into this experience as an anthropologist. I seek to understand. You know what I'm saying to you? And I seek to be a part of that tribe so that I can experience that tribe. So to me, all music is wonderful type of thing. That's just, I'm having a good time. But that hook, I don't know, that anthem, I don't know. See, Zhao, on the other hand, says that he didn't really care for the record the first time, 3 times listening to it. I wouldn't say that that's the case. I liked it, but I like a lot of things. All right. If you enjoy this kind of programming, and if you enjoy this kind of experience, note that this experience doesn't exist on the internet. For us to hang out like this and listen to a record in community, no matter what you think of the music, the experience is always a positive one. And I'd like to actually thank all of you guys for being cool. The chats are fucking cool. I don't have to deal with nonsense most of the time. It's really cool. So, thanks, you know? What makes the experience special is the community here. All of us together, listening to it in community. Even if we're in our own little place, wherever it is that you are, wherever this finds you, right now, I'm in Montreal, you're somewhere else, but we are in community. And that unifies. I think that's a wonderful thing. So, it just goes back to my idea that all art matters. All of it. All of it. Bad art matters. It unifies. All right. I'm gonna play side 2 for you. If you like this kind of broadcast, please support this kind of broadcast. You can become a patron for as little as $2 or $5 a month. Patreon.com/VinylJunkies is where you get to be a part of it PBS style. It's like, hey, you know what? This motherfucker, he does it all on his own. I dig what he's doing. I'm going to support it. I'm going to throw $2 or $5 a month his way. Because I support this kind of broadcasting. Are you enjoying yourself? Are you not entertained? Right? Go become a fucking patron. I still got that edge to me. The mushrooms have made me mellow, but I still have the other edge too. And if you like what we do, your tips, your contributions is what pushes this forward, friends. Straight up. You're the customer. You. And I appreciate you. I appreciate you. Another way it is that you can basically contribute towards your own show is, you see how it is that I am with the record. I'm going to buy a record because I want to buy the record. I'm not going to do it for the show. So there are a lot of records that I won't necessarily buy, but I know are probably going to be quote-unquote good for the show. But I won't do them just for that. There has to be that connection. So there are a bunch of records which you guys can crowdfund. If you wanted to crowdfund them, here is the list of those albums. You want to crowdfund those albums, we'll do them for you. We already have one that's complete. We already have actually 3 that are completely crowdfunded there. Okay? We just have to fix up the details. But Gorillaz has been 100% crowdfunded. Amok, unfortunately, has been 100% crowdfunded, so I gotta do it now. And there's one more, which I can't fucking remember. What's the other one that got crowdfunded? There was a third one. I gotta fucking do Amok. I don't want to do Amok. I gotta do Amok. Fiona Apple got Elliott Smith has not been crowdfunded yet. It's still there. If you want to crowdfund it, you can crowdfund it for as little as $2 or $5. For as little as $1. Just, you know. All right. So, Arcade Fire. What I'm saying is, there's an entire process. This over here, we hang out. We do this every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Which reminds me, we will announce Monday, Wednesday, and Friday's shows for next week. We'll announce them at the end of the show. Or actually, what it is that I'll do is I'll announce them, let's say, after the third side. That's what I'll do. After the third side, we're going to announce. Kabish. I am ready for side 2. I hope you are too. I'm thinking it's probably prudent for me to go rock a piss firsthand. Listen to me, I don't want to fucking talk about Amok. Fucking Amok. I fucking hate it, that's why. I'll talk about it then. You fucking Radiohead people make me sick. Shut up, fuck, it's not a Radiohead show. I fucking hate Radiohead people. Fucking Radiohead. Go watch a Radiohead show, what? There aren't enough fucking reruns for you to watch. I've been on the air nearly 400 straight fucking days. Go watch those. I gotta talk about Amok now. Get the fuck out of here. That's why I don't want to fucking do it. Because the people that want me to do it are fucking annoying. It's a party I don't want to go to. How's that? That's why. It's a party I don't want to go to. It's a party that I'm going to host, but I kind of don't want to be there. That's not the fucking point, asshole. Does it mean that you got to feel the same... Forget it. Yeah, look, Amok... What it is that I want to do is I wish that Amok was like somehow some kind of creature that I could get down on my knees and I can suck its dick. I'm gonna do the fucking record. I'm gonna do the record because it got crowdfunded. I said I was gonna do it and I'm gonna do it. Does it mean I'm gonna hate it? No, it means that I'm gonna do the same thing. Talk about my preconceptions, and if I like it, then I like it. You have to understand something about preconceptions, okay? Understand something. Those preconceptions, you know what happens? It's kind of like betting on a fight. All the early line betting, all that shit doesn't mean a goddamn thing once the fucking bell rings. Preconceptions, once you drop the needle, the preconceptions are out the window. You experience it. Gabish or not? Instead of fucking arguing with me, why? Because they're preconceptions. Should I lie to you? Oh, fuck, you should be grateful. Mava fanculo, fuck. For those of you who thought that maybe fucking mushrooms were making me 100% mellow, all I need is a Radiohead fan and up in my fucking grill. Carton of Sloth, listen to me. I am easily triggered. You're right. You're right. No, you are. You're right. I'm easily triggered. You know what the best part about it is? You can leave. That's the best part of how it is that you can just leave. The worst thing that you can do, thumbs down. Do it. I'm chasing dragons, aren't I? I gotta go take a piss. My producer says, Sam, you're wasting your time with this. All right, I'm wasting my time. Richard Boyd is right. Richard Boyd actually does get it. It's pretty good. It's like throwing a party for your kid. You know that they're going to have a great time. You know that their friends are going to have a good time. But you're throwing a fucking kid's birthday party, and sure, you know, you're going to have a good time, but you're not a kid. So it's something that you're doing for somebody else. Capiche? And yeah, man, dude, I'm triggered. I'm triggered. You know that. I'm a human being. You don't have triggers? I'm triggered by assholes. I gotta go take a piss. So there you go. That's the Bing Bong song. It's beautiful. Listen, I gotta take a piss. I realized what was it? One time, somebody got mad at me because I left in the middle of a song. And then they became a patron. All right. Let's do side 2, okay? If you like this kind of programming, Vinyl Junkies, become a patron. Support it for as little as $2 or $5 a month. Patreon. Facebook.com/Vinyl Junkies. Where else will you get pissing music? Right here. Right here, baby. Gonzo Radio. I'm Mr. Gonzo. Tip Mr. Gonzo. Here's site 2. If you disrupt the vibe, I gotta block you. Sorry, it's just the way it goes. I don't need you shitting on my experience. I don't give a fuck what you don't like. I don't want to hear about it. There's a lot of things I don't like either, but we don't do that here, okay? I'll start the song over out of respect for the song and out of respect for all of you. I'm sorry that I had to interrupt, but it does need to be said sometimes. Spotify doesn't do that either. They're much more polite. Go to Spotify. No problem. Share your opinion there. That kind of was hooky. I dug that. Is it just me, or is that like the catchiest song on the album so far? You know? If like there was any song that had to have like a disco ball, and the reason I'm mentioning disco balls is because, well, they like costumes, right? Well, disco was all about costume. If there's one song that I can imagine the disco ball coming out for, I guess it would be that one. Okay, listen to me. One of the things that's making it hard for me to get into it is the fact that we're having nerd fights. So, I gotta fucking babysit. Jonathan, stop acting like an asshole. It's because I've seen your name before that I haven't already thrown you out. Just stop with the nerd fights. What like, this is where you come to fight? Why? Like, seriously, fighting on the internet? Don't be an asshole. So, final time I'm saying it. And then I'm gonna start blocking. Sorry, you see, you have to realize something. I got no employer that's gonna fire me for speaking my mind. You follow? So, I'm the guy who'll tell you, stop being an asshole. I liked that. To me, that was the catchiest song, it seems. What was the name of that last one? Sorry, I can't see it here. What was the name of that last song? Okay, so I'm seeing that you guys, as soon as I mentioned the disco ball, everybody starts mentioning Reflector. I mean, I like disco ball music, so I do like my disco. No, I wouldn't. I would not expect Arcade Fire to be doing a disco record, but you know what I'm saying. All right, we're gonna continue this thing here. Play side 3. Hope you guys are enjoying yourselves. If you are enjoying yourselves, you can see just how much bullshit I have to endure during a show. Support it by becoming a patron. Go to patreon.com/finaljunkies and become a patron today. You know who did that? Can I tell you who did that? I'd like to say hello to 2 new people, all right? Is that good? Laurent and Grizzly. Grizzly Baron and Laurent Boudros. You are the 2 latest patrons. Patron number 540 and 541. I very much appreciate you. Thank you for supporting the show. You are both superior creatures.
Hello, superior creature.
I would like to do a romance inside of you.
You have now been baptized. For the rest of you, become a patron for as little as $2 or $5 a month. And I'll be your waiter for the evening, so support the show. Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained? Tip me, bitch. Lock groove. Awesome. Awesome. Not only was it a good song, but it's got a lock groove. Wickedness. I'm gonna keep it in the background while I listen to the rest of this. Maybe turn it off in my own ears. I love lock grooves, man. Is it too loud? Probably not. Should be okay. My wife's coming down the stairs. My guess is that she's bringing me a coffee. See, that's love. Yo, how long have we... we're getting... Our anniversary is August 28th. When's our...
I'm very impressed you remembered that.
Okay, how many years are we married after this? Hey, you don't remember? Okay. We're married 18 years. We're not... Okay, bye. I thought she would have all these answers right away, my wife. 18 years. 18 years with the same woman. You go through the wars together. It's a beautiful thing. Doesn't have to be a woman. It can be a man. Having love. Sharing that shit with someone. Very important. When I was in my 20s, I was incredibly depressed, thinking I would never be with anybody. And I got married at 27 to the wrong woman, and it lasted 14 months because I realized that this is not somebody I can continue with. And then I found my wife, and here we are, 18 years. It's kind of funny, man. It's nice. And what it is that I told my wife all the time when we were early on in our relationship, what it is that I told her is, I like history. I like having a history with someone. I don't like instantaneous. I like things to happen over time, and I like seeing things and experiencing things over time. I don't have to be caught by it immediately. There's a certain thing where it's just, the world's moving so fast, everybody's used to immediacy. You know, and I think a lot needs to be said for slowing down. And that last song kind of made the point for me. I miss waiting. Waiting is part of it. Waiting builds anticipation. Waiting is good. Just because you think you might be ready for it, it doesn't matter. If you're ready for it, just wait. It'll come when it's supposed to come. So, that type of a song or that type of a lyric will always strike a chord with me. Always. Now, one thing that I realized, obviously, throughout this entire thing as I'm listening to this record, is that the lyricism is there. I mean, this is not stupid music. Okay? The engineer, I can only fucking imagine what it must have cost to produce this, because the amount of tracks on this thing, it must have been insane to mix this. So whoever mixed this, produced it, bravo. There's a lot of layers there. There's a lot of layers. The layers aren't quite as seamless. It almost feels like blocks of music type of thing. I can't explain it. Maybe it's because the vinyl experience just sounds a little blocky. There's that flow that you hear from a really well-produced vinyl record isn't there. But I mean, I think the songs are on point, and what it is that I'm feeling, at least, is that I'm liking the record more as I go along. Like when I was talking about the catchy tunes, like at the end of side 2, where it is that I said, like, you know, here in Montreal, Arcade Fire played a free outdoor festival that attracted well over 100,000 people. And at that point, I hadn't caught a song that made me think, it's like, what? You know, I can't imagine it. 100,000 people plus listening to this kind of thing. I couldn't imagine it. Now, I heard some stuff on this side where I can imagine it. Okay, that last song would be an example of that. I mean, these are catchy songs, you know? You don't need to recreate Sgt. Pepper's, man. You don't need to do that. If you create something that makes other people happy, then it's a beautiful thing. So I can see that. I can see that being played in a live environment and people jumping up and being fucking happy. Boom. That's enough. Sign me. Sign me up. So, I get it. First side, second side, not so much. Side 3 caught me more. There were more hooks. You know? And like always, you know, it's one of those things where I'm happy to be introduced to new music. I don't... Who was it? Was it this dude named Heidegger? Was it Heidegger who did it? I forgot which philosopher. Was it Heidegger? I don't remember. Somehow the name Heidegger's coming to mind. Pretty much said that something, you know, you can look at a forest and just because you know every single element of every single tree, down to the chemicals and everything, just because you have a mastery of everything, the ecosystem, the entire thing, none of that can properly explain just the majesty of looking at a beautiful forest or a beautiful line of trees or walking in a forest. So deconstructing things isn't really my thing. I like the experience. I think that's what it is that I try to bring together in a show like this. You know, it's just for me hanging out. You know, so, yeah. I'm enjoying myself. And I'm glad that all of you are as well. If you like this kind of programming, go become a patron. Patreon.com/VinylJunkies. We said hello to 2 new patrons. I'd like to say hello to more. You can become a patron for as little as $2 or $5 a month. I'm your host for this evening, so tip me. You know why? Nobody pays my salary. I mean, only if you give a shit. If you don't want to, then don't. What do you want me to tell you? Side 4. Okay, I'm ready for it. I kind of know what it is to expect now. I guess you guys saw at one point while we were playing Side 3, all the screen went discombobulated. That's me not being able to handle something. One button's not functioning the way it's supposed to. But one button that we do have is the button that allows me to show you what next week's albums are. That's not the one. Ma va fanculo when I need the button. Hold on, I'm gonna show you the room now. Once I find it. I should have fucking asked. I should have asked. I don't know where the fucking thing is. How did I make it come up the last time? There it is. Don't ask me why. The button's not working properly. That's why. Look, that's the old man. Right there. Next Monday, the new Godspeed record. It's right here. Oh, wrong one. The new Godspeed record. Looking very forward to this. On Wednesday, I'm getting the records all wrong. On Wednesday, Pinata. Freddie Gibbs. I love Freddie Gibbs. I have the other records. I got Alfredo. I got Pinata Beats. And, what's the other one? Yeah, I basically have all of those records, so I'm a big fan. And I haven't heard this one. This is a different cover. This is like the Blaxploitation cover that they just put out this year on the reissue. And finally, at the end of the week, all the nerds are going to unite. We're going to play Flaming Lips. What's this record called? Yoshimi Battles the Pink Robots. You want to know how this one happened? You guys voted it into existence, and we crowdfunded the rest of them, so there you go. If you wish to crowdfund the new records, then... That's the sound! Oh, none of these buttons are working right. Porco Dio! Ma che cavolo! Okay. Nothing's working right. My buttons are a fucking disaster! Don't you love when computers just decide to do their own thing out of nowhere? Don't you love it? You programmed... Okay, forget it. Porco Dio. Listen to me. It's because I gotta deal with these fucking nightmares all the time that you need to become a patron. Somebody needs to support this madness. Go become a patron for as little as $2 or $5 a month. Tip your waiter. I'm gonna play the music. Yeah, I gotta fucking hustle. Listen, it's a job, you know? Just because I have the most awesome job in the world, playing music for a bunch of people, it doesn't mean it's not a job. It's a fucking job. Productions. Alright. Side 4. This is gonna be fun, isn't it? Am I gonna expect more of the same? Is it gonna be more upbeat? I'll change the camera as soon as I can. Right now, I don't know what the deal is with the camera. Something's not working. Smoke him if you got him. Side 4. Arcade Fire. The Suburbs. Is there a mix? Is there a... no. In this particular case, I don't think we're going to get a run-out groove, but I'm going to let it go all the way to the end, just in case. And... no special surprise. I love Easter eggs, man. I love when a band adds stuff like a lock groove, so... I dug that. I think I like the second record. I mean, well, listen, again, it's upon first blush, right? It's the first time I listened to it. So I think that I was more caught by record 2 rather than record 1. I liked it better. But, yeah, man, I'm happy to do it. I'm always happy to do it. It seems like our friends at Merge Records are not necessarily happy to do it, though. Oh, fuck, they blocked our stream and brought it down, eh? Okay, well, they brought it down. What are you supposed to do? You gotta be fucking kidding me. This video has been removed for violating YouTube's policy on spam, deceptive practices, and what? I'm never touching another Merge record again. I think YouTube just blocked our channel for a week. I'm never playing another Merge record again. Never playing another Merge records again. That's like massively disappointed. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that our channel on YouTube's been blocked for a week now. We got a strike against it. So it's a catalog we're gonna have to keep. We're gonna have to keep away from. Can't dispute it, dude. How can I dispute it? It's their material. You can't dispute that. It's their material. They're allowed. I mean, they're allowed. I'm trying to kind of like do something else. This is new radio, but I mean, they're allowed. It's their material. And I can tell you that they did that because they did that because they wanted to do that. That's not, I don't think that that's the algorithm. I think that that's the label. Maybe I'm wrong. I hope I'm wrong. Look, what I'm going to do is I'm going to screenshot it and I'm going to tweet it out and see if I can get to the bottom of it. But that's massively heartbreaking to me. It's hard for me to feel bad. It's hard for me to feel good about a record when I kind of feel like the grandmother that they sued during the Napster years. I bought the record with my money. We bought this. Paid for the damn thing. I'm actively telling people to go out and buy the fucking record. Buy it. You can't do anything with YouTube. YouTube has to do what they do. Is it a listener? No, man, it's not a listener. I don't know. Look, all I can say is it sucks, right? But what are you supposed to do? That's why you should become a Twitch subscriber. I cannot be beholden to any one stream. It makes no sense to me. But yeah, it really freaks me out that happened. So, what I'm gonna do is I'm going to screenshot this and see if I can't tag the people on on Twitter to get to the bottom of it. This feels fucked up. You know. So, can you do me a favor? Join us on Twitter. Join our Twitter because pretty soon you're going to see me just at least put this up. I'm going to do it in the most diplomatic way possible, but to put a strike against the channel that way, that hurts, man. I'm not a crook. I bought the record. I'm not trying to steal. I'm not trying, I play other... All right, look, we're arguing for nothing. expect a Twitter mention, okay? Our Twitter handle, yeah, I should say it out loud. Our Twitter handle is VinylJunkies666, okay? So those of you that don't read the comments, I did put a link up in the what do you call it? In the comments, okay? So you can direct link right in the comments, but listen, man, join our Twitter because I'm going to put this up. I mean, what am I supposed to do? I mean, and from now on, I'll follow. I will respect Merge Records. I will respect whoever it is that did this, and I won't play their music anymore. You win. I'm not playing your music anymore. This doesn't feel good, man. This feels like bullshit to me. But hey, you want to argue with? You want to argue it? I mean, fuck. What are you supposed to do? All right, look. Now you understand why it is that you should be a patron. This is what you're supporting, folks. Okay? You want to know what you're supporting? It's stuff like this. Because if they see that people want this, that carries a lot. Your collective voice, our collective voices is what lets them know we want this. This is not a bad thing. This is a good thing. The fact that there's 200 people listening at once to a record is an opportunity to sell more records. Especially if I take the link and I put it there and I actively try to do that and help you sell the record, which is 100% our mission statement, right? If anybody out there happens to be in the media, if anybody out there can hear our call, what it is that I'm saying, this doesn't feel right, man. I don't think that I'm stealing music here. I bought the record. Look, we don't have this trouble with anybody. We don't have this trouble with other labels. It seems like it's a Merge Records thing, from what I see. So, our YouTube channel, what that means for you guys, I think our YouTube channel, okay, we've detected content in your live stream that may belong to somebody else and was not corrected following repeated warnings of possible abuse. You may not have intended to include this content, but live streams should be actively monitored by the channel owner, and any potential issues should be corrected in a timely manner. Yeah, I'm going to have to appeal this with Merge. They're the ones who are going to have to do something. It's the only way. It might be that this is a new way that YouTube... I mean, to be fair, it might be that this is the new way that YouTube handles this kind of a thing. And if that's the case, then the labels, if they know about it, you know, there's still an opportunity to kind of go for it. But, I mean, my appeal is pretty sincere. I am actively trying to promote these records. Listen, man, I bought a record... I bought a record that I didn't even know. So, I'm not sure how this is a bad thing or how this hurts anybody. We're still a whole ton of people on Twitch watching. You know? Yeah, I'm disappointed. I'm massively fucking disappointed. Massively disappointed. The appeal is a very real one at this point, okay? Follow us on Twitch. If you like this kind of thing, become a patron. That's the number that makes a difference to everybody. They see that the patrons are following it. That's the number that matters, okay? Patreon.com/VinylJunkies. Patreon.com/VinylJunkies. Please know that this is exactly what it is that I'm trying to do. I'm trying to get past exactly what happened today, okay? A strike against the channel, if I'm not wrong, means that our YouTube channel might be blocked for a week or two, which would also mean that our YouTube followers will no longer be able to have access to next week's 400th show or tonight's or anything. We're going to have to see how this plays out. But for now, that's the impression that I have. So, onward and upward with Twitch. What do you want me to tell you? This is what you tip for. This is what we're supporting. So, Twitter, go to VinylJunkie666. Just look up VinylJunkie666. we're going to get on this right away. I'm not going to be combative because I don't want to be combative. I want to work with this music. I want to introduce this music to a lot of people. I want to experience this music for myself for the first time. There is nothing... Okay, look. At this point, we're repeating ourselves, okay? Let me get to work on trying to get to the bottom of all of this. Thanks for tuning in. Twitch folk, tune in tonight at 8 p.m. in less than 4 hours, just over 4 hours. And we'll do it all right? Thanks.